I'll be back in a few minutes. I need to turn off my other alarm on as if I was sleeping. That's the time I wanted to get up today. Didn't happen. See my vlogs, etc. earlier, published on social media, public that is. I am going to get myself my coffee. Here's my discharge papers. I'm not lying. I feel awful. I'll be back. I'll tell you more in a few minutes. After the altercation with police, I found out later that somebody had told them that the victim downstairs and or suicide downstairs from either a balcony above and or below us, that was my mother. That in itself is upsetting to hear, knowing that she's never done it. And they would not wait patiently out in the hallway. I could get my sleeping mother without her being startled, frightened. They forced entry and proceeded to stop me going to my cat, going to my mom, and one of the police officers was rather violent and unnecessarily violent towards me. And I didn't want my mom to be alone with any of them because she's not well and she's disabled and she was sleeping and wearing nightwear. They saw her face and confirmed her identity and left. And I shut the door and locked my door. Front door closed, shut, and locked. And then I sat down after we discussed it and I looked out and I'm like, oh wow, that really happened. Holy shit. Cowardly person attempted suicide and or homicide. I was here the whole time. I didn't know much about it. I didn't know anything until the police came. And then I reported the police, and then I had those police I reported to, was expecting, came, told me more. And I was like, was it homicide? Was it murder manslaughter? Was it an accident? Suicide? Was it suicide? Damn fool did that instead of getting help. I mean, it's one thing to attempt it, sort of, but another one to actually go through with it all. Stupid. And cowardly. I feel sorry for whoever that is and their family. And after all that, I decided, you know what, I don't feel well. I'm in pain. I didn't like what happened. Got another bout of PTSD that I never friggin' wanted. I swore lots, unfortunately, because I was in pain. I went to a hospital, emergency by ambulance. And then, as I was getting on the stretcher, once sort of there, the man that's been stalking me, us more than a month, off, on, and off social media, virtual, came out and began following. I mentioned it to paramedics and I told him to stop. Go away, it's none of your business. Stop stalking me, stop following. Paramedic didn't like it. They did not like it. Paramedics, they even said he's weird. They stopped him from getting on the elevator with us, get me to the ambulance in the hospital. I don't know where he went after that. And after spending about 3 or 4 hours in the ER, I was like, oh. And I sort of felt a little bit better. I was like, I got 2 Tylenol, water. I asked for water. I got 2 Tylenol. Swallowed those down. Didn't give me lots of relief, but gave me some. And when discharged, I'm like, are you giving me anything? No. I'm like, yay. Oh, can I still take my biotin? Because that kind of helps with pain before. It shouldn't hurt you. That should be okay. That shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't do any harm. I'm like, that should be okay. I was like, okay. I got perked up until I had to go to the other area. And my mom was like, oh, the coffee place is open. Again, body positivity and fat phobia. I was like, body positivity. I don't care if she's fat. I don't care. Not very. She's not morbidly obese, really, very. And so I ordered, and then my mom ordered. My mom was like, are you getting anything to eat? And I said, you must be joking. So I didn't get anything to eat. I got my coffee and condiments. We sat, my mom ate. And I'm like, I'm going to show my audience online that I'm well with sinus bradycardia too, because here we go. You ready? Look at that. I didn't have sinus bradycardia. At least that's one good thing that happened. And that was the only good thing. And when we came back, I asked security guard to escort me us home, because I didn't want another incident, altercation, that stalker from next door. Some people are really weird. I've never had somebody so obsessed about with me. I cannot even show and tell that I'm flattered, because I'm not. And they couldn't understand, even in the hospital, why police have not done anything about it. Since I showed him to a police. Let's see how long I'm going to be lazy, seriously. This is not going to be a good recovery. Recuperating. I managed to get up to 4 pounds? Less than 10 pounds. Between 4 and 10 pounds, I could lift 2 weights in my hands and over my head. I'm not going to be doing that for a few days, at least a week. A police officer. I wasn't violent. I just wanted to close my door and just have them wait out in the hallway. I have a cat that's got a heart condition, a cat that has an anxiety condition, and has IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, allegedly colitis, factual itchy bum syndrome, which he missed a treatment, veterinarian approved, mentioned, and oh my God. Histories and geographies, they don't change. And once a stalker, always a stalker. That never seems to change. I've never done it a day in my life. I've always shown and told other people, fixated and obsessed with us. I remember when it was a landline, we used to go, many police officers and other people were like, just change your phone number. Again, change your address if you can. Most definitely get a new phone number, have it unlisted, unpublished, so they can't not get it. Really? And you can see it was not mental health. It was really, they didn't even care about my mental health. They sort of things. They couldn't really give me any, well, they could have given me, well, I'm allowed to take Tylenol, but I'm not going to. I just cannot believe that I couldn't get to the hospital. We could not get to the hospital without a stalker next door following us as far as he could get. Was he recording us? Was he photographing us? Was he videotaping, filming us? I do not know. Is he going to publish it somewhere? I do not know. But him being there was stalking, harassing, bullying us all the more. More than a month, more than 2 months. Or during later, and since August 19, 2024. It's not the victim that should be removed. It's not the victim that should have to move. Victims is the stalkers. They should go away. One of my favorite places they should move into. They have next to hardly any rent. The rent is dirt cheap and or next to none and or none. Jails, prisons. Why don't they go there? Leave us alone. Can't barely get a peace bond and a restraining order because it walked by my front door. Although I should. But unlike stalkers that lie, etc., kept stalking, following us. I can't be bothered to even document it all. It just keeps happening and happening. I can't sleep yet. I've got that awful stalker. Those stalkers next door. 2 add on in out from stalking us, common area, public, and by my front door. Was at my front door earlier, and somebody I knew quite a while died, reported, and my cat is ill, like I mentioned earlier. And somebody committed suicide, allegedly. But actually did down on the pavement. Right on the other side of that, my apartment building I live in. The apartment building we live in. My apartment. I don't know who it was. Police didn't tell me the name. Well, they said they were looking. Guess there was not any fingerprints or something or other on the victim and or suicidal person. I don't know who did it. It was seriously, how could somebody showed and told police that that person outside that did that on the pavement from anywhere was my mother? and that my mother maybe fell and or was pushed and or committed suicide. That's absolutely ridiculous. And that police did that to me and my mom and Kat, my pussy cat. Soon I'll find out. Hopefully he didn't have too much of an anxiety attack and itchy bum syndrome and made a mess in bedroom he was in. Soon later. And wherever else. My wrists are very sore. Oh, and the two police officers that came, one alleged sergeant, they got a copy of my social media. Should have made a video, but I didn't have time to turn it off and on. Video making. Social media copy of what the police did to us earlier. And stalkers, I don't think most all of them, I don't think any of them know that they are. They showed and told it was us and accused us of all sorts. Did they not know that that's stalking, harassments, and bullying and lying? All securities, cameras on, images live, real time, and recorded, witnessed more than 14 years. And all videos, photographs, documents, published social media and virtual and elsewhere, all. And that following me to and from an ambulance is more of that. And that people, many of those stalkers, those other people, didn't actually know us because were they to have known us? Did they even know my mom's real name? They didn't even know my mom lived with me and pets, fur babies. My dead cat and my living cat. I had no clue. They didn't even remember who I am. Phone calls. They don't ever want to speak to me, but then I disowned them a long time ago. Yeah, they continue to come about to and about us. Even the strangers ones. But I quote once more, hopefully the last time. Paramedics witnessed stalker following us, and they said weird is how they described that man from next door. Because he was behaving weird. Came outside while I was going to the hospital. Well, we were going to the hospital. I was on the stretcher getting my vitals taken. A paramedic. He kept coming, following. It's disgusting. So the only thing I liked about being out there was that those paramedics used the word weird to describe that man stalking us. Behaviors during. While I was frightened and injured and worried and in lots of pain. And I'm going to probably be in pain for the next couple of days. I don't even know that I can hold a mug right now. I think I'm just going to get a bottle of water, which is later, and I'm just going to have that. I'm not going to order anything and have it delivered because a man stalking those other. He's done it before, come out when we had people in the hallway there outside my front door waiting to come in that were personnel and personnel, staff, employees, I should say. Yeah, it was none of his business because we were expecting them. I have water. This Foody Beauty is going to get water and rest and spend more quality time with me. Have a nice day. Be kind to all, everyone, everywhere. I know, I'm going to do that. Usually when I haven't got anything good to say, I don't say anything to somebody. So enjoy the peace and quiet because I haven't got anything good to say. I got here online. Saeed. Somebody just, hello, can you say, excuse me, hello, I hate you? That hate got removed. We deserve respect, privacy, safety, well-being, and abilities to enjoy home and elsewhere outside of home without being harassed, bullied, stalked, discriminated, prejudiced, prejudged, predatory, resented by other people, we together and or separate rejected. Seriously. Yesterday, today, earlier, later, since, always, everywhere.